In this video, I'm gonna show you some of the most common mistakes we make as trainers. Now, knowing what to do is equally as important as knowing what not to do. So in this video, you're gonna see these mistakes and some of the ways that you can avoid making them yourself to ensure that the training goes as smooth as possible and you reach your dog training goals. Let's get started. So you're too low, so he thinks you're gonna make him lay down. And you're moving too slow, so try to walk backwards a little faster, but don't trip. There we go, good. And he's almost starting to do a little prance, adorable.
Sit.
No commands, we just want her to look.
Yes. I blew it.
It's hard, it's tough, it's tough for everybody. So let's try the free. So you're gonna say free, don't move.
Free.
Now move. Very good, timing was much better, and then give her the reward, excellent.
Yes.
There you go, that one you paired a little bit, but it was better than the first time. So again, we want her to look.
I'm the amateur, you're the pro.
It's okay, we try not to move. We say yes.
Yes.
And then deliver. Excellent. That one was way better.
Yes.
So that one was close to pairing. It was hard to tell.
Oh, okay.
You're moving a little bit.
Too fast.
Because any sort of movement, even if you move a little bit, he might be drawn to that and then he stops listening.
Okay. Yes. Oops, I did it wrong.
About a half-second pause is what we want. And it's not the act of getting the treat to the dog right away. It's just moving. So if he looks at me, I can go, yes, and then I can move this slow.
Okay.
It doesn't, it's not about the speed getting to him, it's the fact that we move at about a half-second after. So watch, after I say the word free, then I move. So there's that half-second pause, but the movement doesn't have to be quick. It's not like, oh, I gotta get the treat to the dog in a half-second. We just need to start moving, because then he recognizes that movement and he knows that that comes before he gets the reward. And dogs are very good at connecting the sequence of events.
Gotcha, okay.
If you enjoy spoiling your four-legged friends as much as I do, then you'll love BarkBox. And this month, BarkBox is inviting you to discover a whole new world of play with 2 times the toys and treats in your first BarkBox. Enjoy customized doggy gift boxes, including toys designed for their unique play style and treats for particular palates. These boxes are always put together by canine experts. Tell them what you loved, and future boxes will be custom made to your pup's preferences. Every month, discover a new theme like November's Thanksgiving. Is your pup missing out on turkey and stuffing? Wait till you'll see what your doggy will be thankful for when these super special Thanksgiving treats are discovered. If you sign up now, you'll receive your first BarkBox double stuffed, value at $35 for free, which includes 4 toys, 4 treats, and 2 chews. You can get started right now by clicking on the link in the description or going to barkbox.com/Nate.
Yes.
Okay, so you noticed you had him go on the platform, then you had him laid down, then you marked.
Yeah.
So in that situation, were you rewarding him for going on the platform or were you rewarding him for laying down?
Okay, I see.
Right?
Yeah.
So when we're focusing on a specific task, we want to mark, we want to pinpoint the moment in time the dog completes the task that we're focusing on. And so on this one, we're focusing on him coming off the platform and we're focusing on getting him on the platform. So once he does it, that's when we reward. And I just handed him the food since I was talking to you, but ideally marking and rewarding. So let's give it another shot.
Sir. Sir.
So right there, once he
Sit.
jumps off, yes,
Okay.
to pinpoint the completion. Now, you gave him the reward when he jumped off, so he made the connection, but we do want to work on that muscle memory of saying the command or the marker, yes, and then releasing.
Okay.
And you can talk to her and hold it like right above it towards, there we go, and then reward. Yeah, once she sits, you want her to know it was the act of sitting that triggered the delivery of the reward, yeah. And then, and so what you're doing right now and why she's starting to crawl forward a little bit, you're dropping your hand downward and on an angle, you want to go straight down. And that's going to get her to go down without walking forward a few steps, then laying down. So straight down. There we go. Way better. Another thing where people have issues, they have a hard time, right? It looks easy when I do it, and they're like, how come it's not working? Think of it, there's an imaginary connection between her nose and the food. The closer it is, the better the connection is. The farther away it is, the weaker the connection. So if I do this and I move it away too quickly, it may, oh, Don't get the whole bag. So see how she's walking? Now I lift, she sits, and I give her the food. And the reason why you don't say sit, as I said in the beginning, we want her to focus on one thing at a time. And right now it's the physical cue. We want her to pay attention to our movements because we want it to be a dance. Then we add the commands when we know we can get her to do the behavior every single time with the physical cue. In addition, we want them to perform the behavior exactly how we like before we add the command. Meaning, if I'm trying to get her to down and she's kind of going down slowly, I don't want to name that yet because that's not how I want it to be. I want the down to be fast and sharp and I want it to look good. So once I get her doing it that way, then I add the command. And we're going to bring him back right into the heel.
Yep.
So keep the food right in front of his face if you need it. He may, there we go. Turn your wrist, there you go, nice. And you can give him a piece and then put another one in your hand and then bring him into a sit. If you need help with the butt, really good, excellent, and then free. Or yes. Yeah, so one of the things I'll do when I'm working with a dog, if I notice they're trying to do something but they're not getting it right away, I'll reward them for putting in that effort.
Okay.
I want them to know that putting in effort is valuable.
Okay.
Because some dogs, like his perseverance, pretty decent. It's okay, right? It's not the highest, but it's not the lowest either. For example, police dogs, when they're trying to get scent detection dogs, they want dogs with the most perseverance.
Okay.
So they don't give up when they're trying to find an odor. They'll continue to work.
Right.
The more they're willing to continue to work, and we can build that up by rewarding them for putting in effort.
Okay.
So like an example with the down that I was going to show you earlier, some dogs won't go down right away, and so I'll give them a piece at a time. So I'll give him a piece right here. There's a piece, buddy. Let's pretend like he doesn't know it, right? And I'd give him another piece for putting in effort and another piece. And then eventually the dog goes, oh, I'm going to lay down. That's more comfortable.
Yeah.
And then I give them the whole handful.
Oh, okay.
So then because some people will try to get their dog to go into a down and the dog won't get it right away and they don't reward them because the dog hasn't done it. And then the dog goes, I can't get it. And they walk away.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what they want.
Exactly. And they don't think they can get it. They go, I tried, I can't get it. Forget it, I'm done. Like the spin, sometimes I'll reward a dog for turning their head at first. I may not ask for the full spin right away.
Okay.
So it just depends on the dog. So this is going to be more important when you start working on some of those more complicated service dog tasks.
Okay.
Putting in, or rewarding the dog rather for putting in effort. And then release. We're not worried about saying the commands right now. And if you are going to say the commands, if he knows the commands, but he doesn't fully know the leash pressure yet, so when they really know the leash pressure, you don't have to apply pressure. The moment they see your hand moving in that direction, boom, they do the behavior because they know it's become that predictable process. So if he knows the command sit, you can use the command to teach the leash pressure if he's not already good with the leash pressure. You just start the pressure first. Once he feels it, then tell him sit. He sits and we turn off the pressure. So then he learns every time you start to apply the pressure, the next thing you do is you tell him to sit. So then he just sits, turn off the pressure, and then he just sits automatically. So we got to be very aware of that pressure. Same thing when you pull down. So what you did was you just paired it. You went down, you set it as you were pulling. But if you want to use the command to help him learn the pressure, start the pressure first, then you can ask him to do the command. Okay. So let's try the down. So just apply the pressure without saying anything. And so great. So he's doing it without the help of the verbal assistance. Let's try the sit. So just lift up. Let's not say anything. Let's see if he does it. Good. Turn it off. Excellent. That was very nice. And here, what we're gonna do to make it easier, I'm actually gonna hold the leash for you.
Okay.
So I want you to focus just on the food. So let me get a piece. So what you're doing is you're stepping back with the left hand, come on baby. And then around, switch, see how I flip my hand really quick? Once she's in position, I reward. So I'm holding like this, and then once I get about here, I turn my hand. So again, it's coming out like this, turn, and then I guide her right into the position. Because if I don't turn my hand, come here baby. If I don't turn it, it makes it awkward, right? But if I flip it around, focus, then I'm able to get her into the position nice and easy. All right, so I'm gonna hold the leash for you. You're gonna give that a shot.
Where are we?
So you stand in front of her. So wherever you stand, you can guide, there we go. And now step back with the left leg, guide her around, and back in. Very nice. And walk forward if you need to. Good. Very nice. Getting her straight. So it takes a little bit of practice, but that one was much better. Look at where you finished. She's more in the heel position than she was before. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please let me know what you think about it in the comments below. As always, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.